teams that believe they're going to win the Lombardi Trophy. We're going to solve the roster issues. What do you think's fair?
You just kind of find a common ground between.
What's Jerry like as a GM?
I think that they probably thought it would work itself out.
Yeah.
To pay the guy now versus the return on the investment, he won't be the highest pay, but it's going to be a handsome pay.
Is Micah Parsons going to get that?
You take it or you play under the deal that you're on, and you hit free agency. When does the shoe finally drop?
There are teams that believe they're going to win the Lombardi Trophy. Some say that every team enters camp thinking that. I'm not one of them. I don't think they all believe that, but I do know Jon Robinson. Good to see you, by the way.
Thanks for having me, bud.
The Cincinnati Bengals, they think they've got something going. I would too with
shorter rusher.
With Joey B. With Joey B, I would believe it. But, man, with that defense last year, no, I'm not believing it. They need Trey Hendrickson. They need Shemar Stewart, too.
Yep.
What's going on there with the holdouts?
Yeah, so when camp starts, you got, guys with contract issues. You're talking about you're either holding out, which I think defines $50K a day.
Yeah. And you have to charge them,
You've got to charge them, yeah. Or you can hold in. You can show up and not do anything, right? So those are really the options that you have. Trey chose to hold out, so he's getting popped for $50K a day.
So $50K a day for him, he's been paid before.
Yep.
Shemar Stewart, meanwhile, just hasn't signed his contract. So he's not getting – is he getting fined?
No, because he's not under contract. So it's really his is it's a language issue, right? Because all of those draft picks are slotted,
right? So
there's some language somewhere in the contract that him and his representatives don't want in there, and Cincinnati is that's probably what they've standard language all the years, and they want it in there.
Well, to me, it's like, okay, you've got ownership saying, well, we're not going to pay a player to sit in jail, is more or less what they've said. Well, nobody wants to do that, right?
No.
I thought there was always language that allowed you to recoup some money on the signing bonus if a player did X or Y and they screwed up. I don't understand the big riff here, and they've made it public, and Shemar Stewart's going like his representation. We're not going to set a precedent here.
Yep.
By putting this language in there. Do you, as a GM, you would be the middleman? Yep. From the ownership to draft pick.
That's right.
How do you handle that?
No, we've had to do it. We had to do it before. It's like you just kind of find a common ground between what the player and his reps want and then what's good for the club. Ultimately, the responsibility of the GM is to look out for the club.
Sure.
And you don't want to start deviating too far off your language precedent, because then there's going to be a line out the door. It's like, hey, I want that carved out of my deal. I want that carved out of my deal. So, I don't know what it is,
right?
But there's something there that's a sticking point.
And how many times can it just be the agent just being?
A lot of times it is.
Just an ass.
They're just wanting to get, the team to cave so that when they're recruiting the next Shemar Stewart,
they get a win.
They get a win. They go in there like, hey, here's what I did. I got this team to change your language.
And it allows them to say that to the other teams too. Like we negotiated this last year in Cincy.
Correct.
Well, here I'm in Detroit. We're going to do this now.
Correct. Yeah.
How heated does it get? Because as a general manager, this is the time of year where the hay's not all in the barn yet, but you've done a lot of off-season work to prepare your roster to get ready for a run.
Yep.
And maybe it's nut cutting time, maybe it's not yet. But the pressure's on for you to put together a team, and especially in Cincy, man, where you've got the quarterback and you just paid the wide receivers. Defense is needed. Well, and you've got one of the best sitting on the sideline right now.
Yeah, it's your first round pick, right? So you're
to replace the guy that's
you're counting on that guy to to come in and help you, and it is frustrating. There's probably some phones that have been slammed and a few choice words that have been thrown back and forth in the negotiation stuff. I mean, it happens.
How much is really being missed right now on practice by these guys?
Well, I think for a young player, a lot, right? He's trying to come in and gel with the defense. He's got the iPad and all that stuff on there, so.
And you know whether or not he's watching it.
Being around you know that. You can track that. So just being around your teammates, knowing your teammates, you got to get yourself in football shape. I mean, they're playing the first game is what, next Thursday? The Hall of Fame game?
The Hall of Fame game,
preseason. Yeah. But, I mean, it's a less than a week till you're playing NFL football.
Did you, when it came to guaranteed money, was that the big sticking point in contract negotiations?
A lot of times. So the guaranteed money, I'm sure, is probably, I mean, that's kind of what came up in Hendrickson's
That's the
deal,
same thing, too, yeah.
So if you look at, this is kind of a complicated one, right? So the guarantees are a little bit all over the map with the edge guys. So T.J. Watt just got done, and he's like in the 80 percentile of his contract guaranteed.
Okay.
Garrett was at like 55% guaranteed. Danielle Hunter was 90-something percent. And then
shorter-term deal.
Crosby was in the 50s. Bosa was in the 50s, and Hines Allen was in the 50s, like 55. So Trey Hendrickson's deal is 38. So there's a 20% gap, right, in the guaranteed money. And then on top of that, you look at where the cap was in 2022 and where it's at now. So the cap has increased 30%.
And going up. It's always going to go up, right?
And the cap is dictated by the revenue generated from the league and the TV and all that stuff. So there's been a 30% increase in revenue earned per club. How is the revenue earned?
TV. By
the players.
Well, by the players, but they get 49.5% of that, right?
Correct. But the players are like, hey, this has gone up 30%. Like, you're not going to give me like a $5 million bump.
Right.
And he's at what, 20-something now, 21, something like that, 22? And those top 5 or 6 guys, Josh Hines Allen's at 28 and change, I think. Now, I don't think Hendrickson's going to get 40. Because when you look at the stats of what TJ did, like TJ's got over 100 sacks, he's got over 300 tackles. I think Trey's got career sacks 52, something like that.
Well, all I know is Hendrickson the last 2 years got 17.5 each.
No question. And last year, the Cincinnati Bengals, they were 25th in total defense, not great. They were 21st versus the pass.
Okay.
Bottom third of the league.
Yep. And
they were, I think, 23rd on third down. Again, bottom third of the league.
They're not getting off the field.
They had, I think, 36 sacks. They had 36 sacks.
Okay.
Trey got 17 of them. So he got almost half the sacks.
Yeah.
So if you're Trey Hendrickson, he's 30 years old. He sees TJ get his money at 30 years old. Not saying that he's going to touch TJ Watt's money at 41 a year.
Sure.
But at least get me in the 30s and get me in the 50% guaranteed. Or just sign me to a 1-year deal and guarantee the whole thing, and then I'll hit free agency next year.
So he would take that.
I mean, I think if you've got the number right,
yeah,
it's like I'm gonna do a 1-year deal. I'm gonna go out, and if I get 15, 16 sacks again, I'm gonna make 35, 36 on a multi-year, and I'll be good.
So what would you offer him? What do you think's fair?
3 years, 100 mil, 55 guaranteed.
Okay. And he's saying that he's down in Jacksonville doing something. Why you're in Jacksonville, I have no idea. I wouldn't want to be in Jacksonville, just personally.
Sunny.
Sunny but empty.
Well, I mean, there's water.
Yeah. Well, you stayed at TPC. Whenever I'm in Jacksonville, I'm thinking there's barbecue. There's a good barbecue spot, and that's pretty much it. But he's down there just sending a point that he's not going to be around his team until it's payday. I don't blame him here because he's at the top of his game.
Yep.
The name of the game for the Bengals is right now defense and getting after the opposing quarterback because you want your quarterback on the field. Got it. He's saying that within 24 hours they were offered 2 deals that didn't come close to the type of guarantee he's talking about.
So is that
posturing or is that?
I don't think you posture at this point. Like you posture in March and when the grumblings are starting.
Do you draft Shemar Stewart if you're Cincy? Do you think they made the right call going pass rush, not knowing if they're going to pay Hendrickson or not, or do you think they knew that they were going to pay him or not by then with the plan?
Well, I think that they probably thought it would work itself out.
Yeah.
You know, and then now we've got 2 edge rushers, right? I mean, they're trying to create pressure on the court. They're trying to improve the defense.
They're all in. They're trying to support their offense.
Correct.
The other point I think that fans miss, and I miss this sometimes too, what's the contract situation of the quarterback? Because you're naming off some of the pass rushers.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, when you've got Burrow, who's getting paid now.
54, 55, I think.
They just paid Chase. They paid Higgins, which surprised many.
Yep.
You can't pay everyone. So can they pay him?
Yeah, they'll figure that out. Like you got, and it'll be I mean, by the time with a cap increase, that'll be a $60 million, maybe $70 million deal on the APY.
Which do you prioritize, Shemar or Hendrickson right now? Can you do both at the same time?
Well, the Shemar, I think you can work on both. I think they're two separate issues, right? The rookie is a language issue. That's all it is. It's contract language.
It's really organization against agent.
Yeah, on language in the contract.
Right.
I'm assuming because it's slotted. Like
right.
It is what it is. The Hendrickson deal is a more of all right. The pay the guy now versus the return on the investment. If they think the guy's production is going to fall off the cliff within a year, then just do a 1-year deal and deal with it.
Or do like what we saw with Henry in Baltimore. It's a 2-year deal, but it's really a 1-year deal.
It's just an adjustment.
And you just extend by a year each time.
That's it.
You also want your deal to be tradable.
Correct. Yeah, you want to be able to, like, if you want to move the player, if you start to see some things.
You want to get something a year in advance than a year too late.
Correct.
So
I think I think
Henderson's got them over a barrel. They've got to have him.
Yeah, I mean, he's had, 34.5 sacks over the last 2 years.
Got to have that dude. You lose him, I mean, what do you change your defensive coordinator. That guy's not going to rush the passer.
No, he's not. He's not. And it's like, so when does the shoe finally drop? Right? When does he show up? When do they get something done? Is it like mid-season? Is it through, because you don't want to start off in that's a tough division they're in, and you get off to a slow start. Watch out.
How much of this can be, John, the owner is only willing to pay a certain price, and you just have to work within those parameters? The Bengals have been known for being, quote-unquote, cheap. No owner's cheap based on what they're paying. Don't get me wrong there, because you just paid Burrow. We know who they paid. They actually have an indoor practice facility now. Congratulations, Cincinnati.
They still have to walk across the road.
Now pay some scouts. If the owner just says, hey, we're going here, we're going to pay this shelf life here, and don't go past it, that's all you can do, right?
Correct. And then you either you take it or you play under the deal that you're on, and you hit free agency.
Yeah.
Or you trade him.
You would pay the player.
Yeah, just pay the guy. Figure it out.
3-year contract, $100 million, $50
million guaranteed. Do a 1 for 35, or do a 1 for 34 with upside. Give him $2 or $3 million in incentives, sack incentives.
Do both sides kind of know what the deal's going to be, and you're just kind of?
Well, I think when you're looking at the numbers at where they're at, like Nick Bosa's deal was done in 23.
Yeah.
And he beat Aaron Donald as the highest paid defensive lineman, right? And I think he's at 30 something, 34, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So but that's a 2-year-old deal, a 3-year-old deal, 2-year-old deal. It was done in 23. At 34, Josh Hines-Allen got done last year at 28.2. So you're at least at 28.2. It's got to be that. That's the floor.
Well, and then the agent doesn't want to take a loss on the numbers.
No.
He wants the new headline. Highest paid non-quarterback or whatever it's going to be.
He won't be the highest paid, but it's going to be a handsome pay.
Is Micah Parsons going to get that?
I think Micah will, yes. I don't know.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, it may be 4 days into training camp, but I think he's got a chance to beat TJ.
Really?
Yeah, that dude's he changes the game now. Phil tilts the other way with that guy.
What's Jerry like as a GM? Not an owner.
So I dealt with Steven. When I make calls or what's going on,
Steven picks up the phone.
Yeah, and it was what's going on up there, John?
Yeah,
the old Texas.
We're down here in Big D.
Oh, we're just trying to find a player or two down here. Or you got any up there? So one of those deals.
Yeah.
But I don't know Jerry. I can't text Jerry and say, hey, what's up? But we've exchanged pleasantries at owners meetings and stuff like that. Good dude.
Yeah, I like Jerry.
He's old school. He answers to no one.
On draft day, if you were trying to call Dallas to move up, you would talk to Steven?
Steven, yeah.
Okay. They're always notoriously known for waiting. They want to wait. They don't want to save money. To me, this is an owner saying, Yeah, everyone's saying I'm losing money by waiting for the next contract to reset the bar at the position. And I'm thinking, yeah, and Jerry's going, so? Like, I'll pay it. Who cares?
That's exactly right. Well, he even said, I watched his press conference the other day, and he said something to the effect that, he kind of threw 2 players under the bus.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think it was Steele and was it Diggs maybe?
He mentioned Diggs. He mentioned Dak.
Well, but this was a separate when because they were like, why do you wait so long? He goes, well, there's 2 players we did early deals on, Steele and Diggs.
It was Diggs.
He goes, you think I'd like to have them back? I'm like, good God.
Yeah, but then he's like, I wait and we pay, and some guys are just missing time. He even got the amount of games wrong that Parsons missed. Said he's missed 6. I think he missed 4.
Yeah, probably.
But still, Michael Parsons is another thing that he said.
Listen, hey,
he can say whatever he wants.
Yeah, he's got a 500-foot yacht or whatever it is. He's.
Do you know what makes the difference between a boat and a yacht? I found this out. No, this is not a trick question.
Inboard, outboard motor.
I'll say now you're going to get very technical. Albert Haynesworth had a 70-foot yacht. Okay, actually 71. And I said, "Are you sure that's not a boat?" Because 71. He goes, "No, 70 feet is the." That is the line of demarcation between a boat and a yacht. He gets 71 on the river.
Okay.
There you go. Albert would know.
Big river yacht guy.
Yeah. Down on the river, Tennessee River.
Take her out, let her eat.
Yeah. Hey, he's probably got multiple. He's got a yacht pulling a boat, for all I know, or a boat pulling a yacht. That's the difference.
Yeah. So, okay.
Do you have a yacht?
I do not. I don't even have a boat. I had a bunch of John boats when I was a kid. So
I know a John boat.
I know how to work that.
Yeah. Motorcycle or boat guy? If you had to pick one,
I would go with a boat. Yeah, I don't. Those motorcycles, man, I'm just a little.
Well, you could get like the broad ones, like the.
Yeah, but those. I feel like if you got to lay that thing down, that's going to be some weight on you.
A little motorcycle lane. You want that in a pass rusher, but not while you're traveling to work. My grandfather used to pick me up from elementary school on a motorcycle.
Really?
Yeah, had a little backpack thing. Little case I could put my backpack in. It had a little helmet. It's badass.
Did y'all pull over and burn a few heaters?
No, he didn't smoke, but he did. He built an airplane by himself.
Wow.
And he did not have his pilot's license. We were still allowed to go fly with him. Shout out Bill Turner. And the Wild Angels, what he named this thing. No joke. They had a landing strip in the middle of a cornfield. He and his brothers.
Just go figure it out.
Parents still let me. Yes, parents still let me go fly with him. After church, he would go up to girls and be like, "Hey, you want to go get high with an old man?" That was his go-to line, and he would fly people all around Warren County. And you'd go there on a motorcycle. Nowadays,
what a boss!
Nowadays, you can barely drive without, put your seatbelt on.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yeah. Coming up, plenty to discuss with this guy right here on quarterbacks across the NFL. Ponder this for me. If I gave you Joe Burrow, if I gave you Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, or you can take the field to win the Super Bowl this year. You get those 3 quarterbacks or the rest of them to win. Let's discuss this because those are the 3 that, it's time to win. That's coming up right here on Hot Mic.